I missed a live again on Sunday because I was traveling. So I wanted to hop on tonight, make up for it a little bit. What's up, guys? Good to see you. So I wanted to make up for it a little bit. I'm just going to do a tiny amount of unboxing tonight. And then I'm actually going to just answer some skincare questions. So, hey, Kristen, what's up, fellow med school colleague? Hey, Anna, good to see ya. Yeah, so just making up. Sorry I missed you guys again on Sunday. So just doing a little unboxing and answer some questions. So thank you all for joining. Feel free to let them start rolling in. We'll start with questions because last time didn't really get to answer enough questions. We were kind of doing the unboxing. I don't answer questions about moles, Jacob, just because it's best evaluated by your dermatologist. So I would see your dermatologist in person. Vladimir, hello. It's good to have you. Vichy Mineral 89 for oily skin. I think it's a great option. Any hyaluronic acid is really, really good. Oily skin, dry skin, either way. It's very light. It's not going to make you feel greasy or anything like that. So I would go for it. It's very gentle too. So despite acid being in the name, it's actually quite a nice product. How do I feel about the topical Faded? So I actually love that product. It's a great product. This is by a black-owned skin brand called Topicals. It's Faded. It combines like 5 different anti-hyperpigmentation fighting ingredients, all for like under $40. It's very well known that it doesn't smell great, but I think it's worth it because of the amount of product that's in it and the fact that that it's for this price. I don't think you find too many things for this price in this price range. So Marjozo, first question, breaking out around the jawline. So I've got a YouTube video on that. You can find my YouTube channel, Swollen D Skincare. Hormonal acne tends to come up along the jawline. It can be really frustrating. Oftentimes it does take oral or prescription medications to treat that. So I would look into talking to a dermatologist about that, and in the meantime, you could use a gentle salicylic acid or benzoyl peroxide cleanser in the morning, and at bedtime you could be using retinoid like adapalene. Results I would expect would take like 6 to 8 weeks before you notice a difference, but yeah, that's a good place to start. Get rid of scars. K-Corn says get rid of scars from psoriasis. So oftentimes psoriasis will leave behind what we call post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation. Thanks so much, Anna, for the volume info. I'm going to turn the mic up a little bit for YouTube and stuff, so let me know if that's any better. So with psoriasis, a lot of times you can get left with post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation, and that can be frustrating. Unfortunately, like on the legs and stuff where psoriasis is common, the post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation can stay even longer. So really just moisturizing, getting the psoriasis under control with good topical medicines, and giving it time to fade. Good under eye cream, black. I would go to, awesome, thanks so much, Anna. I would go actually to the link in my bio, and in my Amazon store I have 3 of my favorite eye creams on there. I love Neocutis, I like the Vichy, I like the Ordinary, so you could try any of those. How do you find the right vitamin C for combination skin type? So this is Jewel. I'd recommend just finding one that's L-ascorbic acid and try to get maybe a 10 to 15% one. Sometimes I use 20% and do just fine. It's just sometimes they can be a little bit more drying for you. So yeah, real good questions. Thank you guys. Yeah, I missed you on Sunday. I was out skiing. You may have saw my TikTok. Shot a couple TikToks about skincare while I was skiing. So discoloration on the backs of the fingers. Well, probably a lot of things could cause that. I would maybe see somebody in person for that one. Back acne scars can be challenging. I would talk to a dermatologist in person about any procedural therapies they might have for that. And just keep in mind that a lot of those are going to improve with time. It just takes a little bit of time and a little bit of time for those to fade. A third of acne scars kind of get better on their own, but you may need some procedural therapies. There's laser therapies that can remove the redness quite quickly, and there's other things to help kind of resurface the skin and make everything a bit better. Yeah, you can certainly use CeraVe products if you have moles in your face. That's no problem. No problem at all. Good sunblock. This is Ale Good Sunblock brand. Some of my favorite brands, and I think every dermatologist pretty much agrees, but Elta MD is a fantastic brand of sunscreen. They make some really good stuff. And actually, that's one of the unboxings I'm going to do tonight is from Elta MD. So that's a really great brand. And then another one that I actually I liked Elta MD so much that I didn't even like mess with other sunscreens for a long time. But I did try Color Science, and Color Science sunscreen is amazing. It's a very close second. I love it. It's tinted. It's mineral based. This Elta MD that I like so much is actually a chemical and mineral sunscreen. So yeah. So dealing with melasma, could you please suggest something? I would recommend mineral based. This is from Geet. So I'd recommend a mineral based tinted sunscreen every single day, at least SPF 30. Even if you miss a day or two, you're going to end up in bad shape. You're never going to really get better. Consider a topical like the Faded we talked about. This fights hyperpigmentation in multiple different ways. There are some prescription creams that can help melasma that are probably more effective, but this is a great place to start, and it's only $30. So does glycolic acid cream help? It certainly helps. It's one of the best things you can do for your skin. It's not in my top 5 skincare recommendations, but it's certainly in my not in my top 3, but certainly in my top 5. The YouTube video that I'm releasing Thursday at 7 p.m. is actually on alpha hydroxy acid. So maybe check that out and see if you can learn a little bit about those fruit acids and how they can help your skin. Can I use salicylic acid exfoliating toner on my scalp? You certainly can. There's a lot of shampoos that are formulated with salicylic acid to help fight scale, psoriasis, and dandruff. So you can certainly use that on the scalp. And your scalp is usually pretty hardy, so it's not likely to get as irritated as your face. Very thick skin, it's harder to irritate. So Aris just got isotretinoin, nervous as hell of the side effects. Any tips to help? Well, Aris, I think it's great. I know you're working close with the dermatologist to get that medicine. I would always recommend staying in close contact with them, discussing your treatment with them. I'd say stick to the plan. I'd say I want you to be reassured because you're on one of the best medications that there are for acne. Most patients that I treat with isotretinoin do perfectly fine. It's very rare that I have to take somebody off the medicine for some type of side effect. Even people's labs tend to be normal, and we're finding in dermatology that we're monitoring those labs less frequently because it is such a safe medicine. But it's worth talking about the risk and benefits with your dermatologist. And of course, that's up to that. Gabby, what's up? Good to have you. Pimples, very dry skin. Any tips? More moisturizer means more acne. Well, you want to find a good oil-free, non-comedogenic moisturizer, LIDAR. So you want to get something like CeraVe. That's a nice option. La Roche-Posay makes some good ones too. And you're right. It's a tough balance with acne, and then also with with acne, and then also with dry skin, because most of your acne treatments are going to be drying. So that can be a challenge. But you got to stay consistent with your acne medicines. The most important thing you can probably do is use retinoid like La Roche-Posay Adapalene at bedtime. I have that linked in my bio if you're interested in purchasing it. And then you want to use a moisturizer at least twice a day. Ammonium lactate so this is Rutka. Ammonium lactate or glycolic acid, better for strawberry legs. So in my recent YouTube video, I did mention both products. I mentioned ammonium lactate by the brand actually Ameliorate, and then also there is ammonium lactate that you can find at most stores. And those are my two favorite things because they're ammonium lactate. Glycolic acid is another option. So I'd say ammonium lactate if I had to pick just one. Acne scars, you can actually treat acne scars the same way that you treat acne with retinoids. Vitamin C's can also help, and using a sunscreen every single day to help the pigment fade back to normal can certainly help you. CeraVe Hydrating Facial Cleanser for combination skin, you certainly can. This is from Puja. So yeah, you can use that if you'd like. The foaming cleanser foams, it does feel like it, to me it feels like it cleanses my skin a little bit better. The cream to foam the same way, I leave it feeling very clean. The hydrating cleanser really does not lather much. So if you're used to that, you're used to the lather and you like it, then then I would try to stick with one of the foaming ones. So we got acne scars. Kara, what's up? Good to see you. I hope you're enjoying the products. By the way, Kara was one of the contest winners from one of the few contests that I've done. I actually just very excitingly had signed a deal today with Babe Lash, which makes products to increase the appearance of thicker, longer lashes. And I had been personally using it for about 4 to 6 weeks. I wanted to see what I thought of it before I recommended it to you guys. So I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway on that. They've approved me to give away a good chunk of those products. So that'd be probably the next giveaway that's coming up. And I'll probably do one on TikTok and one on Instagram. So looking forward to that. So maybe Kara get lucky again and win it again. So let's see. Hi. Okay, just seeing your hello now, Kara. Texture skin's discolored, like redness. How do I get rid of this? Well, Stella, I would recommend seeing a dermatologist in person at first. Go see them, and then look into laser therapy, because laser therapy can remove that redness quite quickly. I think that would be a nice option for you. Back acne usually requires, this is Rhea, usually requires oral prescription medications. Can be tough to treat because topically, how do you apply things consistently to your entire back? It's very difficult. So usually you do have to have prescription treatment. So I would, in the meantime, before you see your dermatologist, you can get something like Panoxyl, which is a 10% benzoyl peroxide wash, and use that as a body wash on your back. And I think you do real good with that, at least as a getting start. Almost done with retinol. Can I start taking Tretinoin 0.025 next? Tretinoin 0.025, Maria, is the most commonly prescribed retinoid that I provide to people. So I think most people tolerate it really well, especially when you can use moisturizer with it, and you can you're good about moisturizing a couple times a day. So a lot of people say, Myra, a lot of people say that niacinamide cannot be mixed with vitamin C or lactic acid. So niacinamide and vitamin C, they're vitamin C is kind of a wimpy chemical, and there is a chemical argument for them interfering with each other. I have vitamin C, for example, I have niacinamide, for example, in my sunscreen. I use vitamin C every morning. They actually work, but this is not, I don't expect this is a high concentration niacinamide that's in the sunscreen. So I don't worry about it. I don't have any trouble with that. So how do I get rid of ingrown facial hairs? So one thing you can think about, Sibel, is you could talk to a dermatologist about laser hair removal. That's probably the most rewarding thing that my patients seek for that concern. You can get rid of the hairs for good and that. So otherwise, some things like benzoyl peroxide wash, or you could use, for example, the CLN acne cleanser, which has mild salicylic acid in it, along with a antibacterial to help decrease any folliculitis that might be due from bacteria. So thank you guys so much. So we were talking about sunscreen. I'm going to go ahead and I'll do like one of the unboxings here. And unfortunately, I don't have it on it, but this is from Elta MD. So I just got this the other day, Elta MD Skincare. Again, that's the same brand that makes my favorite sunscreen, Elta MD UV Clear. They'd sent an awesome mask. They're not known for their actual COVID masks, but it's probably the most comfortable mask I've got. I don't even know if they sell them, but I'm sure happy they sent it. So they'd included a bottle. They included a bottle of UV Sheer. So UV Sheer sunscreen, and there's the flyer with it. So this is a SPF 50 sunscreen. It's broad spectrum. It's made from a transparent zinc oxide. So it's 15% zinc oxide. So I basically got UV Sheer, 2 bottles of it here. And let's see, maybe I'll throw some on real quick, because I love Elta MD, so I'm going to try a little on my hand and just kind of see how it goes on. So there's the bottle there. It's oil-free, which is always something that's water resistant. They recommend applying, so it's actually a combination. They like doing this. It's a combination of physical and chemical sunscreens. So it's also got octocrylene in it, which there's no problem with chemical sunscreens. I mean, that's totally fine. You know, they're just as good. It's all about what you like. So there we go. That's it on the skin. It's pretty thin. It's more like a lotion than a cream right now. And rubbing it in here, let's see what we got. So I will say right now, pretty much no white cast. So dewy and hydrated feeling right now. I find the same thing with the UV clear. It pretty much even though it's not a moisturizer, it feels like it hydrates my skin. So that's what I got from EltaMD. UV Sheer. I guess the only thing that, I mean, I love it. It feels a lot like the UV clear. It's just not tinted, and the UV clear actually comes tinted or non-tinted too. So very good. So let's see here. So we got so many great questions. It's very it's hard. These guys flow by so quick. Skin firming cream. Instead of looking for a firming cream, look for vitamin C, and then something like your adapalene at bedtime. That would be probably your best bet. I would go with something like that. Advice for hair loss. You know, seeing a dermatologist is very important. There's many causes of hair loss. So one thing that's proven to be effective over the counter for a lot of different types of hair loss is actually minoxidil, and you can get a 5%, use it once a day. Results do take 6 months, best results at a year. And we talked a little bit, Karina, this will be saved. So we talked a little bit about hormonal acne earlier. So I would have you look back at this once it's saved. Retinol under or over moisturizer. I like applying it directly on the skin and moisturizing over the top of it. So we got Sol, and Sol has a lot of sebaceous filaments. I feel you there. I got some myself, and using tretinoin, so am I. The only other thing I do differently is I also add in a keratolytic salicylic acid cleanser in the morning. I like the Vichy 0.5. Ski injuries, only a little bit. Little wrist injury, little hand injury. My back got scraped up a little bit. I'm super sore, but that's it. Artists, tips for starting it, just follow the plan. What is the best prescription gel you recommend for melasma? Well, one of the most proven ones probably is Triluma. It's a combination of a steroid, hydroquinone, and retinoid. So you could ask your dermatologist about that. A good age to start retinoid. So I don't know where in the world the myth of like retinoids aging people came from. Shame on the person who started it though. But so I'd say start a retinoid in your mid-20s to be honest, but definitely by your 30s. And it literally slows the aging process. It does not age you. It makes you look better. If you look at somebody that's used a retinoid for 30 years, they look at least 10 years younger. I mean, it is one of the best things you can do for your skin. Next is sunscreen. Sunscreen's number 1, retinoid's number 2. Microneedling for large pores. Well, pores are really hard to, this is lib. So pores are really hard to make a difference in. They're genetically determined. They're affected by sun exposure and that type of stuff. So, it could improve the appearance some, but I wouldn't like get your hopes up. It's not going to make your pores go away. Everyone's got pores, and you're gonna end up keeping pores too. Let's see. Dark underarms, hydroquinone or glycolic acid. I actually prefer to use amlactin, so it's ammonium lactate. So your hydroquinone isn't going to help you there because the problem is thickened skin. It's not actually pigmentation, so the hydroquinone is probably not going to help. So you want to use amlactin. I have it linked in my bio, and it's under the section Keratosis pilaris, KP. Sultan, hey, what's up? Acne and acne scars, Cerave 4% benzoyl peroxide cleanser, and adapalene at bedtime. My recent video talks about that, so check it out. Let's see. So can I get your products? I'm in Canada. Well, SC Human, you could click the link in my bio through Amazon. I don't know what will ship to you. I think you guys can't get adapalene and things. You probably can get some of the vitamin C's and some of the other great serums that I recommend on that Amazon page. Margie, is adapalene different only for acne or also for anti-aging? It's certainly for anti-aging as well, although it won't really say that on any labels. it's approved for acne. So what is the best retinoid to use in early 30s? If you can get prescription tretinoin, it's really great. V2, what's up? Thank you so much. If you can get tretinoin, that's really great. That's prescription. If you can't, go with adapalene. Sheer, I'm doing good. How about yourself? And then, could you do more K-Beauty reviews, please? Yeah, I need to do it. I actually got a bunch of Medicube products here that I probably should review. Like what I've experienced, like with a lot of the K-Beauty things, you know, it's a longer process. There's usually more steps. The cleansers, like some of the cleansers just feel like they kind of like strip my skin totally. But I think maybe that's the way they are, just because then you're putting 5 different serums or moisturizers on your skin afterwards, and it kind of replenishes that. But yeah, I definitely should do that. Inky. So Eleanor asked about Inky List brand. I love Inky List. I love how simple their products are. I love how affordable their products are. I got a ton of them on the shelf back here that I've tried. So I do like that. Creams for ingrown hair. I would try the CLN body wash. It's a sodium hypochlorite body wash, which is right here. So you can use this. It will affect if there's any type of ingrown hair and folliculitis that's caused by bacteria. This can help you. So I would try something like that. Does vitamin C cause purging? Some people says it does. I think it might just have more to do with the product that you're putting in your face rather than the vitamin C itself. No cream for moles. You need to go get those checked by your dermatologist. It's not really safe to apply any type of mole removing creams because the issue is you have a melanoma and you don't know about it. Melanoma can kill you. It's one of the worst cancers that there are. And you go and buy some cream that like eats the mole off the surface, and now you're left with a scar. Well, now you got a melanoma that you didn't know about is growing under your skin, and now no one can tell that it's there, and you maybe catch it too late. So that's a little fear factor for the treating moles at home. Adapalene is good for anti-aging, absolutely. Yeah, so that's really good. So I'm going to do the other unboxing. So I only have 2 tonight. I did like 6 last time. So this one's from Dr. Doug's, which is really cool because this is actually a local company. So Dr. Doug's is a local company in Carmel, Indiana. And they sent me a variety of things. First of all, real nice note. So thank you for that, for one. And then a variety of things. So they have a lot of products are formulated with really gentle things: beeswax, coconut oil, olive oil, and then some of the recovery type things have magnesium and lavender oil, peppermint oil. So some things that potentially some people can be sensitive to. They smell incredibly good. They feel great on the skin. After the ski trip, I have been using them a ton. So on my neck, because I definitely got some whiplash, so I've been trying that. But they're the cutest little containers for one. They're really cool. It's like almost like a little deodorant stick. They smell amazing. They're kind of a little bit that pepperminty minty. Really good. They feel awesome on the skin. They just literally just like melt into your skin, and it feels great. So they got a miracle balm with clear zinc. They got a magnesium balm. Hold up a little longer there for YouTube. They got a bug potion, which is clear zinc. It's got lemongrass oil and peppermint oil, lavender oil. So really cool. I'm happy to support local businesses. I think that's really neat. The other one I actually got, it's by my bed. So this is another Miracle Balm, but this is a bigger version of it. So Dr. Doug's, they have a website, drdougsbalms.com. They're not, of course, paying me to say any of this, but they did send me these products. So thank you so much, Dr. Doug's. I appreciate it. And looking forward to trying out the rest of these that I haven't got the chance to yet. So let's see. So back to some questions. So what can we do? So a couple things. I'd love for you guys to follow me over on YouTube. That's a growing endeavor that I'm trying harder to get out longer videos that explain some of the topics in skincare and dermatology a bit better. So if you just look up SwoleMD Skincare, it should come up for you. And please subscribe, hit the bell. I post new videos every Thursday at 7 p.m. and I actually do lives somewhat like this Sundays at noon. And I do that on YouTube. I also do it on Twitch. You can find me at SwollenD. And then most of you guys know me from TikTok, so I'm on TikTok too, as well. So, yeah. So let's see. Are you located in Dallas, Texas? I'm not. So Layla, thanks so much for the heart. We're going to review your skincare routine in just a moment, so we'll get to that next. Dark under eye circles, subscribe to YouTube past 5 to 7 months. Well, thank you, Soul. Dark under eye circles can be tough. There's a lot of reasons that people can get dark circles. I recommend just starting with a good eye cream. If you're able to use retinol around your eyes without getting too irritated, that can kind of help too. So V2, there's not a way to do online consultations with me right now. Right now, all the advice I'm giving is just indirect advice that I hope can benefit everybody. So I don't do any direct medical advice for anyone. Should retinol be used every day? Ideally, and that it should be used every day. It works best when used every day. Some people can't tolerate it every day. The most important thing you can do is be consistent. Should Panoxyl 4% cleanser, this is Claudette, be used every day? I like using it once a day, every day, and it opens up pores. It prevents acne bacteria from kind of getting overwhelming. Using different gel every day. This is Sam, and her skin's peeling. What can she do? So you don't necessarily have to use it every day. Again, it's nice if you can, but you need to either increase your moisturizer, mix it with moisturizer when you apply it to your skin, or consider backing down to where you're doing it like maybe 5 days a week and you're taking some nights off here and there, and you can find a nice balance. Okay, so anyway, so we got YouTube. I believe it's coming in from YouTube, and we got Layla, the Layla Nailer. So she asked the question, can you approve, disapprove my skincare routine? This is my order. Morning, she uses Panoxyl 4% face wash, very good for acne as we've been talking about. Then she applies vitamin C, azelaic acid, and then sunscreen. So a couple, few different actives there. You got the benzoyl peroxide, you got vitamin C, and then azelaic acid. I think that's a good routine. I like the vitamin C in the morning because it's photoprotective too. It's an antioxidant, so that sun damage, pollution that you're encountering through the day, it helps with all of that. So I think that's really good. Azelaic acid, maybe she has that in her routine. Maybe she's got a little maskne. Maybe she's got a little melasma. So that's a good thing to contain as well. At night, CeraVe foaming cleanser. So this is real good for oily combination skin. It's one of my favorite cleansers by far. Right now I'm on the cream to foam. That's my favorite. She applies niacinamide, different, and then a moisturizer. So the combination niacinamide and your retinoid, like different, is excellent. And then the moisturizer to cap it off is great. Kind of seals in those active ingredients and tries to minimize inflammation, irritation. So I think that's awesome. So that's great. Layla, I think keep using the Panoxyl every day if you're still having trouble with acne. Again, it's not a cure for your acne, but it helps controls it. Can niacinamide be used on the same night as Paula's Choice salicylic acid? If so, in what order? So I like using my acne cleansers more in the morning time. Salicylic acid, I don't think there's any trouble with doing that. So you can do that if you want. Can azelaic acid use daily in the morning after vitamin C? Yeah, I don't think that's any trouble. So, and then Anna asked a question about retinol. This is coming through, I assume, YouTube. But retinol palmitate is an effective retinol. So basically, the goal is getting to retinoic acid. So when we apply things to our skin, sometimes there's steps in between, and they kind of get increased in potency. But some of the other end of the spectrum is they're kind of weaker and they're not as stable. So it's you're trying to get down to basically getting retinoic acid. And retinol palmitate is like pretty far from being retinoic acid, but it's probably very well tolerated. So in that regard, I think it's a fine one to do. And Layla, you're very welcome. So I think if people, everyone asks about retinol. I've been sampling a few different retinols recently. Um, like the It Cosmetics review I did, for example. I've tried some other ones. I tried the one recently from Drunk Elephant and such too. So basically, it's further away from the most active version. It's probably going to be a little bit weaker. It's probably going to be tolerated a little bit better. But it's fine to use, especially if you don't have anything else to use. So, yeah. Small skin tags, you need to see a dermatologist and have them just cheaped off. Which is a cheap vitamin C that works amazingly. Well, the Vichy 15% L-ascorbic acid is one of the great ones. I have it linked in my bio. Also, for any of you guys that are on, you're welcome, Anna. If any of you guys have Twitch, I'm also on Twitch at SwollenD. So I'd love your support over on Twitch. Blackheads on the nose, you can use your adapalene at bedtime. Use salicylic acid cleanser in the morning, like the Vichy one. Can I mix my vitamin C with my Vino Moisturizer? You can. I would apply the vitamin C first and apply the moisturizer over the top of it, though, so it doesn't dilute it too much. Give it just a moment to absorb and then do that. Treatment for dark under eyelids. There are a lot of different treatments, Hater. You can, sometimes people get filler under their eyes to help with that. Other people will use, there's some pigment lightening creams that people use. Retinoids can help increase the thickness of the dermis under the eyes to help mask the blood vessels underneath too. So that's all good option. Let's see. Does isotretinoin pseudofolliculitis barbae? I don't know if you're saying does it help it or does it cause it? I don't know what you're getting at there. If anything, it's probably going to help it somewhat. Soul. Dr. Dre says, she's the OG as all can be. She's like the OG dermatologist on social media. I remember watching Dr. Dre when I was literally an undergrad. I hadn't gotten into med school. I hadn't been to dermatology. So great advice. I'd say take it from her. I just did a video though. I like eye creams. I think eye creams are formulated oftentimes a little bit different. I think it's a perfect example. I just did the It Cosmetics review. And like the eye cream that I tried had a whole lot less fragrance. I think these companies, think about how putting something near our eye, which our eyelid skin is the most absorptive skin on our body pretty much. So the more irritants, allergens, and that are there, the less well tolerated it's going to be around the eye. So I think there is a benefit for eye creams. Although if you're trying to have a simple regimen, you don't need it. Again, it's not my top 5 recommendations, but it's I think it's a nice addition to any skincare routine, to be honest. And I'm not located in Dallas. I'm in Indiana. So yeah, guys. Well, that's real good. You're welcome, Hater. I'm happy to help. So let's see. So we got another question real quick from YouTube while we're over here. Do you think the Super Goop eye sunscreen is worth it, or can I just apply sunscreen I already use around my eye area? So, Layla, I'd actually have to look at the Super Goop eye sunscreen. I don't know if it's mineral-based, but mineral-based sunscreens do real well around the eyes because they're less irritating. Sometimes chemical sunscreens will burn people a little bit. So, if you're tolerating your sunscreen fine, I think that's perfectly good. It's very important to protect your eyelids, though. Just the other day, I was on Mohs surgery and we were cutting off a basal cell carcinoma literally right on the margin at the eyelid, like literally on the lashes off someone's lower eyelid. So it happens. It's actually pretty common. So protect yourself the best you can. But so I appreciate you guys. Again, you can follow me YouTube, Twitch, TikTok here. New videos every Thursday on YouTube at 7 p.m. I do longer videos. TikTok, my videos are a little limited, to 15 seconds usually. But I've been trying to do more informative videos on TikTok as well. And then I do the lives at 12 on Twitch and YouTube. My Twitch and YouTube camera is really good. My mic's a lot better over there too. So I'd love for you guys to join me. If you guys got questions about other skin problems, you can click the link in my bio, go to my Amazon store, And in my Amazon store, I have a lot of skin problems broken down by categories, so you can find the things that I recommend generally for like acne and things like that. So yeah, so I appreciate you. And again, look out for that Babe Lash giveaway. I'll be doing that soon. So looking forward to that. And yeah, so we'll see you soon. So thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.